You on WhatsApp?
I go, nah, heard of it but never tried.
Wow! Hey XYZ fam!
Hey XYZ fam! Welcome back to another video! So in this video, what are we doing?
We're reacting to our first DMs 10 years ago. Was it 10 years?
It's more than 10 years ago actually. I tried to scroll up. But if you're interested in this kind of video, come along with us!
By the way, while we're here, we apologize. We've really been inconsistent with uploading. This is largely my fault. Zara has been wanting to, but honestly, guys, she's been working so hard on the store, and I've just been trying to make this work that we're really just not finding the time. And like Zara would be like, comes on, we need to do, but I just know I can't put her through so much stress to attempt to edit these videos and put them up. So I've kind of been dragging my feet. She's kind of been trying to push us, but we haven't really been doing it. So I apologize on behalf of both of us, and an extra dose of apology on behalf of me.
Aw, that's sweet, babe. I
But
appreciate
yeah, let's see.
Let's see. This is the first text. 2012, June 13th.
Oh my goodness, that's 11 years
That's
ago.
11 years ago. I go,
Alright, let's see.
throws dirt all in your inbox. Then what you said?
Lol, SMH, me can just clean it out.
We don't like what is colon P? Is that long or tongue?
Yes.
And then you say,
you know, nothing better to do.
then I go, yeah, trying to read a 10-page Geo handout.
No, me I look on that.
Just the language, the texting language is very funny because we don't text like this anymore. So then I say, you're good enough, SMH, ... You can read in that B4, WYD, what you
doing? No, like, to think that we were kids, and like texting, and this is such like high school kids texting language.
And I feel like it was such a time in history.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Back in the...
it's like a vault. I feel like we opened a vault.
In the BRB days.
BRB. Yeah, so you go trying to read RE. Then I go, RE, your common sense, you know. Don't let me disturb you.
Lol. AMFTU. That means I'm if it tell you.
This is funny. Okay, so after that day, it was a very one of those.
We got real nerdy real fast.
Yeah.
I talk about dictionary.com and all kind of things.
So then on June 13th, I now come in and says :D, which is I think is a big smiley face.
A big smiley face.
La 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 la. I need a song.
Guys, me tell you all the while that she first looked me.
This is not looking.
And you're really gonna suggest that she was not the instigator here?
I was just facilitating good conversation. And then Xaundre goes with his sarcastic self.
How is you telling me that you need a song going to be of help to you? I don't get it. If we were BBMing now, BBM!
No. Well, guess what? This is your slight way to ask me for my BBM pin. Yes, you say.
Oh!
Yes, you say.
How is you telling me that you need a song to help you? I don't get it. If we were BBMing now, then I could just send it to you via that. But since we aren't, how is it gonna help?
You have game.
I'm sure you don't expect an email now, do you? Yo, to think that was me, I don't even remember. Like, yo, I had lines, guys.
So that's the line?
Hey, me did I get your BBM pin though, don't? Oh, you never have a BBM
I never
at
have
the
a
time.
BBM. And then I was like, why that long speech, old man? Because it's the trouble that he doesn't act like a normal teenager. So then he says, see you tomorrow. That conversation just scooch out. Like, there is no ending, just done.
You know what that was?
What?
That was me trying to not play desperate.
Right.
So me just left you hanging.
Oh.
And then me just pass back through a little later in the night when me go sleep. And I just go, yeah, see you tomorrow. That time there, you know, butterflies in my belly.
Okay. So this is the following day. So this is now the third day of talking straight. I don't know what this was, but it was this sign. We never had emojis. For the kids now, in those days, we never had emojis.
So what was this? This was an emoji? I guess over time. Updated
yeah. So it used to be the colon and that open bracket thing. So I think this one was a Quentin face, but because it's not in this, it's not gonna come up as the emoji. So I go, how comes you never passed my class today? Today.
I did from before 3 o'clock though. Tomorrow I'll give you the book.
Oh, so here's where the book conversation started.
No, the book conversation started because you booked me on the corridor
and asked
for the book.
But I still never gotten the book.
You still never got the book yet.
Oh, but you went to church today? You said it.
Lol, yeah man. Me on my way home.
OMW home. Then I said, I've been home from 2 with a little face. I saw this man today who looked like you and sound like you and him preached long too. You know who that? I was hungry, WUZ.
Honestly, I'm so over these.
It's so
like, the
cringy.
way we used to talk.
It's so cringy.
It's crazy.
So, what you say?
So, Mr. Law, me preach short, FYI.
Brevity is the measure of wit.
No, there's no way. How old was I? Like 15?
How old were you in 2012? June.
We started school in 2009. We started high school. Wow, that's crazy, bro. Brevity is the measure of wit.
And then I said, whatever that means. And you say, you need to get a BB, you know? This is your other style of saying, can't this Facebook messenger thing. A long time, Xaundre bougie. And
then me say, you could check dictionary.com.
You're so shady. But like, do you remember anything about that era of your life?
Yeah, for sure.
What type of person were you?
Yo, I was as nerdy as they get.
Yeah.
I was very focused. I was very... So this was my thinking, right? Like, if you can deal with me, then great. But I'm not changing. So I'm gonna be frank. I'm gonna be open. I'm gonna be like, yo, cut to the chase. Me not really into the long talking. I'm here for school. And I'm in pursuit of becoming the head boy one day. And who knows, maybe get a scholarship to go to university. Like, that was my path. I was going to shell down cadet. It was going to be a whole big thing.
You're going to do the best in school. Because your father tell us you only have one job.
I'm going to take care of everything else. My one job is to do well in school. And then, if you still like me, then it would be cool to have a girlfriend. But
that wasn't
that was not a priority.
No, because I remember you at that age, and I mean, I think right now you are living in a lot of the dreams that you had then.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. Like all the plans, you'd literally done every single plan that you made at 15 years old. And like that's why every time when sometimes, you know, we get down about where we are in life and wanting to do more, it's good to return to like your diary or your text messages or so, because it really helps you to be appreciative of what you have in the moment. Oh. Wait, just show me cushion.
Wait, which one? Yours or mine?
Anyways, moving on to June 16. So you asked me, so how was church? And I go, it wasn't bad. Even though the man did long, it was really good. And him said we must stop wear short skirt in the week. And then go like, what the pastor wants? Indirectly though. Then you go, Xaundre goes.
But you know he was dropping word for you, right? I saw me did savage.
You did savage?
No, that's like the absence of tact. I have matured. I have matured, I promise.
Because you couldn't have been ministering to me like this.
No, that was bad. It was terrible.
So then I go, yeah, I did kind of feel guilty. It was kind of some sort of a wake-up call. Then he go,
you need to wake up for true. You know, say God soon come for true and we are waste time, you know. Well, not me. Me wake up already. Yo, that wasn't me. That was not me. It's some other Xaundre Mohansingh you were messaging. That was not me.
No, son.
Guys.
Finish the message.
Let me see.
What else is it?
I say, you need to wake up for true. You know, say God soon come for true, and we are waste time, you know. Well, not me. We wake up already, and I am at my all-time spiritual high. Yo, I was 15.
No.
This is so like instructive though. Like that's what an immature Christian communicates. Like
you need to wake up, not me.
Yeah.
You perfect.
Yeah.
Get it right on the head. You catch on for heaven already. Jesus come again second time and you and him the panic courage.
Yo, but you ready for translation?
You didn't ready for translation.
I was ready for translation, my side. Ready for translation.
What do you see in this version of you?
As in that version of me?
So, no, who you are now versus who you were then. What's the main difference and what you think changed?
I've understood more the character of God.
Okay.
I no longer see God as a tyrant who's just like ruling with an iron fist and going, you know, you need to get it right or else you're dead. I now see God as an all-knowing, all-loving being who wants to give us what's best for us and is like begging us to just do the right thing so we can live together and love each other and then forever live forever.
Yeah.
You know, like he wants that and he's yearning for that and he's trying to pull out all the stops to make that happen. And I think a reconstruction of God in that way in my mind has allowed me to see not an objective like this of just make sure you're there heaven by just doing all of the right things.
Yeah, it's not about your work.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's more like I love God. As you know what, God loves me and he's kind of cool. And since I love him, I do what he asks me to do, you know?
Yeah, it's because of his grace.
Exactly. So I don't know who that was. But by no means could that ever be me today.
Yeah.
But I can see how that could have been me at the time.
And maybe it is somebody who's watching this. Maybe you are like this version of Xaundre. And I think I never knew that. Honestly, I don't remember what these conversations were like. So this video is not planned. This is a blind reaction.
This is literally us just going back.
us going back.
But here's my question though.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you think about you at that age?
Yeah.
And what's the biggest difference you see between you now and you then?
I think then I knew what I needed because I was at a very pivotal point in my life when I was growing and I was hearing the different kind of wake up calls. I knew what I needed to do.
When you say wake up call, like the preacher who comes
so
and
like
say
preacher,
you need to come to Jesus now or else you're gonna burn in hellfire.
Well, not necessarily just that, but like the whole message of total surrender.
Okay.
Was something that I was hearing over and over, and the fact that being a church member is not enough. But it really depends on the relationship that you have with God, and then also that it really isn't about our works but through grace. That was a recurring thing, and wanting to become a better person and wanting to be closer to God. I was in that stage when I knew I was hearing what I needed to do out. I wasn't doing it. I needed to move forward. And then I think now where I am is that I have started on that journey. So I'm more accepting of his grace. I have forgiven myself for I guess warming benches for so many years. And then also, to be real honest with you, Zon, I think I was at a stage where I should have been at 15. Like, I don't expect a 15-year-old to have the same spiritual maturity as a 26-year-old. And for you were the anomaly because you weren't acting like a 15-year-old at the time. You were acting like
a
45-year-old Pharisee. Yes, I just think I
would strongly disagree with you.
If I never see the message.
If me never agree with you.
No, because alright, you have to think about it. When I got baptized at 11,
it's true.
I was that phase where you want to get baptized because Jesus loves you and you love Jesus and you want to do what's best.
Yeah.
And as being fed baby food, and then by the time you're between,
is that why you got baptized?
That's a portion of it. Other than they made it fair to go ahead on the crusade.
That's why me baptized, you know.
No, that was why I went to the altar because of the hellfire. But ultimately, because my mommy had taken me aside and spoken to me, so ultimately it was because I love Jesus. Jesus loved me, and I know I needed to give him my life.
Okay.
So when I made a decision, it wasn't necessarily because of the hellfire situation, but I went to the altar because I did off the hellfire. The sermon them that I do not like.
You guys understand what we mean when we say the hellfire situation?
Yeah.
So basically, there are different ways to present God, and we kind of touched on this before. And a lot of, I suppose you'd say, evangelical preaching is from the viewpoint of hurry up and come to Jesus. If you don't come, you can die at any moment and you're going to go to hell.
And they always have a story
about some lady who was in a shop on a Sabbath who was supposed to come to church, but she never come, and a truck ran off and killed her and she died. That might actually be a real story. I hope nobody can pin that to whoever.
Somebody they know a guy and then he come at the crusade and then in 2 days he was shot.
Yeah.
So they always end the sermons during the altar call with those doom and loom stories.
Right.
And it's something that I detest, and I say this publicly, unapologetically. I do not like it, and it is the easiest way to get me to just shut down.
Yeah. Because then you end up serving God from a spirit of fear.
Yeah.
And do I think it can open the door to potentially a relationship with God? I think it can, but sometimes, and in my estimation, it tends to do more harm than it does good, because it sets up a picture of God as a tyrant to be pleased in order to secure your own safety, which I don't think is the actual character of God. And when we study the Bible, that's not how God is presented. So that's what we mean when we say the whole hellfire kind of approach. I really personally think that when things turned around for me is when I started to kind of seek God for myself and wanting to understand what God wanted for me, because I knew He knew best.
Right.
Like that was, and I trusted His judgment and wanted. And when I say God's judgment, I don't mean the wrath of His judgment. I mean His intellectual ability to determine what is best for me, because He's all knowing and all powerful.
Amen. So yeah, so that's the difference between us then and us now.
Yeah.
But then you went on to say, man, love your husband. Cool. Yeah, man, read it.
You sure?
Yes.
Really sure.
So Xaundre goes, sin just seem to be too nice though. It's fun enough. It's fun. But we have to realize that it did better for temporary. But if we really want to serve Him, it's not impossible. Then I go, I don't mean I tell. It's much more fun to do bad stuff. A lot boils down to the people we associate ourselves with. Because remember, I was saying that at that stage I was dropping friends, I was shifting circles. And then you go,
I'm if I tell you, but trust me, it pays to be isolated in this life than pay the ultimate price in the end. SMH, shake my head. So guys, like, you get where I come from with this verbiage is because that's how I viewed God.
Yeah.
Like, just make sure you do the right thing so you're not dead.
So you're not dead.
You don't want to be dead. Like, don't dead.
You are protecting yourself from
dead. An eternal dead too, not just any kind of dead, eternal dead.
And then I say, yeah, exactly. But then we get so caught up with the world and things of the world.
Yo, and me that pressure you.
Yeah, that pressure.
Honestly, I was pressuring her. Okay, so before I read what I said, right?
Yeah.
A little context again. I saw Zara as one of those Seventh-day Adventist girls who, as in this moment, right? One of those Seventh-day Adventist girls who could have been a good wife. And could be a good girl, but she needs some work.
Yeah,
you know.
You were gonna put that
and
work.
I was gonna put in that
you
work.
Can change her.
Because I can change her. Like, if I guilt trip her long enough, eventually she'll come to realize that God is not okay with this half-hearted worship. So you better get it together, you know. And if you're gonna be my friend, worse yet, you're gonna be my friend.
Yeah.
Then you better get it together, you know. Might have to go all the way back up. Sorry, guys.
It's a lot of messages.
We have to go all the way back. You know, if we continue to say that it's too nice to give up, talking about sin, we will never reach anywhere though. But when we take the first earnest step and actually give God all aspects of
all in caps
and withhold nothing at all, no matter how much it look like we can't do without it, and how people are gonna laugh after we can actually reach somewhere, you know.
You know, even though that version of you was very harsh, you were very committed and you were doing the best that you could do with what you knew.
which I think something is to be said.
Yeah, and I think that's very commendable because I
Yeah.
got the opportunity to see you evolve, and you're still the same person today who's doing the best that he can do with what he knows. And in that
Might
moment,
change in 5 years.
and you might
time.
not be the same person in 5 years and hopefully with the same foundation though. And I think it shows here that you had a good foundation, which is you want to be on the God side.
Right, but that's really all it was.
That's all it
because
was.
when you look at this, like implicit in this is that you must go and fix yourself, and then God will take over. But fundamentally, that is counterproductive to God's approach. Because instead, He actually says, "Come as you are." And then let Him change you, because you really can't change yourself. I never understood the theology of all of that.
No,
you know,
it
but
doesn't
it just
say-
knows
yeah.
it.
You have to do
this.
Nothing slack never go on so.
No.
Like it was the man, like a
I
boy.
look,
I look at
I look me that.
This is Spartan.
Me learn a little better now, but that was the goal.
But that
I was to
change me,
change you. I was
right.
and I even remember asking you one
If
night
I was willing
if
to
you were willing to
change
change
for
for somebody.
I remember.
Yeah.
So then I went on to say, yes, we can. All those people in the Bible always did it, and most of the time, young people who stray are not the ones who are ministered to or whatever. They are the ones who stay. The one who strays are us who were born and raised in it. So essentially, I was saying it's not the ones who like were ministered to and hear the word and come in, but the ones like us that were born and grown in it and we're comfortable with where we are. And then we said, like, there is something out in the world that we gotta try, and that was my heart.
Yeah, because you really wanted to try the world.
That was my heart, and then you go.
Sometimes is when we are too sheltered, so we decide to try out new things. That's why I'm glad that I get a lot of freedom and my parents allow me to be well exposed so I can manage myself.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's one thing I'm eternally grateful for, and I would still say that today.
Yeah, for sure. And I think one of the things that I have a little concern about when I even think about when we have kids is like, how do you balance
that?
it?
Yeah.
Because I think both our parents did such a good job with giving us enough room to be us and to explore and to ask questions and stuff while teaching us principles and stuff. And it gets harder and harder as the generations progress. And
well, it gets different. I don't know if it necessarily gets harder,
different.
but it's more it's further removed from our norm and from our frame of reference. So it got hard for us with generation. What am I gonna reach by the time of full time generation K?
Listen to this now. This is still 2012. Xaundre goes,
"You on WhatsApp?"
I go, nah. Heard of it but never tried.
Wow! It's nice, trust me. Guys, WhatsApp we're talking about.
WhatsApp, and I say, what is it?
It's like BBM, just that you don't have to have a BB to go on it. BB equal Blackberry. For who don't know. As long as your phone, Phone, has,
and you knew how to spell phone.
Yeah, for sure. It was a slang, you know.
Slang.
As long as your phone has in internet service, you can go on it.
Then I go, oh, answer back me.
Would that have nothing to do with nothing? But you know, even though you still
I'm a little blonde.
Even though, like today, I came up, I walked up the stairs, I handed her a bag of cane because I had stopped to buy cane for her. And when I come, so I dropped it off. She come upstairs, she eating it. I come back up shortly after I go freshen up and stuff. I come up and I see her. She goes, "This was too long and too hard to buy, so I just chewed on the two ends and put it back in the bag." And in my mind I go, why would you do that? But then I just know that this is the person I married, and I knew that when I was getting married to her, and I love her the same way. So you know what I do? I just cut off those ends and then I proceed to eat the rest of the cane.
Whatever.
Some things have not changed.
Yeah, so those are the ones that we'll share today. I was looking for some more, but it was pretty much just boring. Yeah, it was just back and forth.
No, stop, push, pause, press the pause button. Lend me this. This is me. Tell me something. You believe in changing to please other people? Other, OTHA. Not changing completely, but making a few amendments.
Well, it depends on the person and the reason why.
Just curious about your perspective with that regard.
Who you want to change?
Who want you to
Who
change?
wants you to
I
change?
remember you asking me that question. I thought it was over a phone call. I never realized it was a text.
Yeah.
And then I just remember thinking, girl, you're so misguided. Nobody wants me to change. I'm perfect. Like, I'm perfect. What you talking about?
Almost reach even ready for translation.
Yeah, I'm ready for translation.
And he goes,
no one.
Mr. I'm curious about why you're curious.
Well, your efforts are and will be futile, so your curiosity will not be satisfied. No, I fully sound like an automated response.
You sound like an AI.
To be continued. If you want to hear more of us going through our messages, we're gonna leave it right there for now. But maybe we'll do a part 2. More recent messages.
Who knows?
Let us know if this is something that you like.
Yeah, I mean, what is your high point? What did you learn from these messages?
If you said to me no, that I said those things then, I would say no. I would say no. I don't think I would have ever uttered those words. Because right now I feel disgust to the core of my being that somebody would be so tactless. But honestly, like, as you grow and evolve, sometimes you tend to forget where you're coming from, you know? Yeah. And I think potentially that happened, you know? I didn't realize how clueless I was about, you know, what I'm doing. That's all from us for this one.
What was your favorite part of this conversation?
That's all from us for this one. So we'll see you next time.
What did you learn?
Adventures of XYZ.
I want to see.
Bye, guys.
I want to hear the comments. I want to see in the comments, what did you learn? Tell us if you want a part 2. There's a lot more of Xaundre to expose. Okay. I feel like you're trying to shut me.
Why would you feel so?
See you next time on Adventures of XYZ. Bye, guys.
You have something else to say, Trudeau? You could have said it. You wanted to say something else?
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Sure?
Taught me I put this in the blooper then. Make them say yesterday.